Hey everyone, Zach here, and today we're diving into Ghost of Yotei, the brand new PlayStation exclusive that's been on everyone's radar since its first teaser. I've been playing it for the past few days on the PS5 Pro with ray tracing mode enabled, and let me tell you, this game might just be the best showcase of what Sony's next-gen console can really do. Let's break it all down: the story, the gameplay, the combat, the visuals, and of course, those DualSense features that push immersion to a whole new level. Story and setting. Ghost of Yotei takes place in feudal Japan, but unlike other samurai-inspired titles, it focuses on the mystical side of that world. It's snow-covered temples, haunting mountain spirits, and a deep connection between nature and the supernatural. You play as Riku, a wandering swordsman haunted by visions of the Spirit of Yotei, a mysterious force said to protect the mountain region from corruption. The story starts small: personal revenge, lost honor, but it quickly expands into something much bigger and more emotional. What I love here is how Ghost of Yotei balances grounded human storytelling with mythical elements. The voice acting, facial animation, and direction all feel top tier. Every scene feels cinematic, with smooth transitions and realistic performances that keep you emotionally hooked. Gameplay and combat now. Well, let's talk gameplay, because this is where Ghost of Yotei really shines. Combat is a mix between precision-based swordplay and fluid, cinematic motion. Think of it as a cross between Ghost of Tsushima and Sekiro. It rewards timing, patience, and adaptability. Each stance feels meaningful, and every enemy forces you to think. You can't just spam attacks here. You have to read your opponent's moves, parry with precision, and strike at the right moment. And the DualSense controller takes that to another level. When you clash swords, you can literally feel the resistance in the triggers. The adaptive triggers tighten when your blade locks within enemies, and the haptic feedback lets you sense the impact of every swing, every deflection, every strike. There are also cool immersive touches. You use the touchpad to draw calligraphy seals, ignite campfires by blowing into the controller's mic, and even tilt the controller to forge blades or repair armor. It sounds gimmicky, but in practice, it genuinely adds to the immersion. Exploration and world design. Exploring Yotei is an absolute joy. The world feels alive, filled with dense forests, icy peaks, and foggy valleys that shift with dynamic weather. Unlike some open worlds, Ghost of Yotei doesn't flood you with map icons, because instead, it encourages you to explore organically, guided by subtle environmental cues like smoke trails, animal calls, and wind patterns. There's a meditative rhythm to the exploration. You might go from fighting bandits in a ruined shrine to suddenly finding a peaceful hot spring surrounded by fireflies. It's visually breathtaking, but also emotionally grounding. Visuals and performance. Now, playing this on the PS5 Pro in ray tracing mode was an absolute treat. The lighting, reflections, and shadows are insane, especially during nighttime scenes when the moonlight hits the snow. Textures are crisp, character models are highly detailed, and the frame rate stays stable most of the time, even with all the particle effects flying around. This is one of those games that make you stop just to admire the scenery. From the way the snow crunches under your feet to how wind flows through the trees. It's clear the developers poured love into every frame, and the PS5 Pro handles it beautifully. Near instant loading times, seamless transitions, and stunning HDR visuals that make the whole experience feel next gen. Music and atmosphere. The soundtrack deserves its own mention. It's this perfect blend of traditional Japanese instruments and ambient orchestral layers. During exploration, it's calm and reflective. Then it ramps up into intense, percussive battle themes during combat. Combined with top-notch sound design, the clash of steel, the rustling of leaves, the echoing wind, it all makes Ghost of Yotei incredibly immersive. This is one of those games where you can just sit back, take off your HUD, and lose yourself in the atmosphere. Final thoughts. After spending hours with Ghost of Yotei on PS5 Pro, I can confidently say this is one of the most impressive exclusives Sony has released in years. It's not just a technical showpiece, it's a deeply emotional, beautifully crafted journey that combines the spirit of classic samurai cinema with modern game design. The combat is tight, the story is heartfelt, and the world design is absolutely stunning. It's not perfect. There are a few pacing issues and minor AI hiccups, but the overall experience easily overshadows those small flaws. If you own a PlayStation 5, especially the PS5 Pro, Ghost of Yotei is a must-play. It's the kind of game that reminds you why we love PlayStation exclusives in the first place: ambition, artistry, and pure immersion. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the review, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more deep dives like this, and I'll see you in the next one.